Okay, I do apologize for the very clickbait fashion of the title and the thumbnail of this video, but I'll be honest, I was just trying to get your attention because I do have some important things to share and announce. This is kind of a state of the channel video, but it's also going to begin with an important request. I actually am seeking your assistance.
Here's Brody Brazil.
You know, I'm also just realizing I totally forgot to mention there's going to be a pretty big channel announcement coming your way later in this video about a surprise guest who's going to join me in February. I can't wait to have this conversation. I can't wait to share it with you, and I can't wait to tell you who it is. So stick around just a couple minutes for that. But first, as for this video, and I've done these before, just not yet here in 2025, I'm making this as kind of the request. I'm looking for your best questions and your hot takes and your channel suggestions. More on the details of that in just a second. But eventually, after you put them all right now in the comments section below, eventually I'll take all of that. I'll make a separate video with my answers and my responses to the best of what you have to say. And let me give you some clarification on all of that. When I say I'll be taking your best questions, which, yeah, again, in the comments section right now down below, I know there's going to be a lot, and I can only probably choose between 20 and 30 to put in my response video. So you've got to ask good questions, make them stand out, make them relevant, make them engaging, make them appropriate, all of the above that fits into the good question category, of which I can hopefully make the very best response. You don't even have to stick to sports. If it's interesting and it's appropriate, I'd love to answer it here on the YouTube channel. This time around, I'm also looking for the very first time, hot takes. This is something I've never tried before, but I'm willing to give it a shot. It doesn't necessarily have to be question-based. It could just be your statement, your position, your opinion on something. You know what? It still kind of has to fall into the guidelines of being appropriate and relevant, but at the same respect, even if it's something I don't agree with, but I do think belongs out there, I might push it here on the channel and present it in that response video. And then the last thing I'm seeking are channel suggestions, and this could be all over the map. Maybe you do or don't like my intro. Maybe all these lights and bells and whistles over here are too distracting. Maybe you want to know more about the fake plant that's covered up by that graphic right now. Anyway, channel suggestions. I'm willing, I'm open to that. You want to see more of something, you want to see less of something, you want something just a little bit different. I definitely want to hear about it. Okay, you ready for this? And I almost can't believe he's about to pop up on the screen. Bob Costas is going to be joining me for a chat in February. We'll record that, and then a couple days later, I will publish it right here on the YouTube channel. And this is so crazy how this actually came together. A couple months ago, out of the blue, I got a text from Bob Costas. And of course, at first, I didn't believe it was actually Bob Costas until we had a really good chat on the phone later that day. I don't even know how long it went, but maybe close to an hour or so. We talked about so many great things, and I didn't want to make that request right then, right there, because we just kind of met and came together for the first time. But I said, hey, eventually, since you found me on YouTube, yeah, that's kind of how Bob Costas found me, here on the YouTube channel. I said, would you join me someday on YouTube? I would love to ask you what I think are a bunch of relevant questions. I'd love to learn about the past of your work, the present of the sports media world, and the future moving forward. I just think this is somebody who I've probably emulated and modeled myself after. It's certainly somebody that professionally I respect. I don't know him yet entirely personally, but hopefully that can come in the months and years ahead. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I can't wait to have this chat. I can't believe I'm saying this with Bob Costas here on the YouTube channel. That'll be an exclusive, so look for us to record that in early February and have it out shortly after that. I guess this must be a Bob-themed announcement section. I'm also in discussions with having Giants manager Bob Melvin on the YouTube channel here. It wouldn't be the first time that Bob has joined me on YouTube, and yeah, a lot of you know that he's my buddy. I've been knowing him and following him for a very long time now, going back to his Oakland Athletics managing days. Love Bob, rooting for him, and I think it kind of sets the tone of what I'm looking to do here on the channel this summer and beyond is increase my Giants coverage. Now, Bob is about to be super busy with spring training right around the corner in Scottsdale, Arizona, so hopefully in the coming week or two, we can record this conversation and have it coming your way. And it also sets the tone, I think, for my approach on Giants coverage this upcoming baseball season. I don't know that I'll be getting to it on any regular or daily basis, but certainly week to week, I want to keep tabs on the team. They're definitely on my radar. They're not necessarily going to replace how much I was covering the Oakland A's back in the day as a baseball team, but it's definitely something I'm going to put my focus and attention to this summer. At the same respect, I think we can all realize this YouTube channel here has turned into more of a national platform and covering all teams, all sports, all things of interest. So I'm not really going to put all my chips in on just the Giants, but I'm definitely going to have more of a concerted effort towards Bo Mel's baseball team this summer. And here's a couple more things that are definitely on my radar for the month of February. Everybody always says it's one of these slower months of sports, and that is true, right? Football season winding down with the Super Bowl. Baseball hasn't started yet. We're not into playoff basketball or hockey yet. So I'm going to do my best to try and really expand what I'm doing here on the channel, kind of like I did last February. To be honest, February of 2024 is when this channel really started to take off as I diversified it. More collaborations, more guests, more people. And again, comment down below. Who would you like to see join me for a chat here on the YouTube channel? If I can get it together, we'll definitely do it. I'll have my eyes on spring training and the stories to come out of that. Baseball jerseys, right? Remember about this time last year, the jerseys that had all the different problems and the different format, and everybody was blaming Fanatics, even though it was Nike's problem to begin with. So we'll see what this year brings with new jerseys and all the fixes that are in place to kind of remedy that problem. The Rays situation, the A's situation, two major league teams playing in minor league ballparks, and both of their futures not exactly certain yet on where they'll land, when they'll land, how they'll land. And yeah, the Super Bowl in early February as well. So there's actually a lot of things to keep on my radar, to keep paying attention to, and to bring to you right here on the channel. So I appreciate you for sticking around. Again, the most important thing, your questions, your hot takes, and your channel suggestions all down below. I can't wait to respond to them in the very near future.